am no child. Do not call me a child. I am no child.
I want
Don't even
to find
start.
out
I am a grown
which
woman.
of those emails actually have. Chairman, I am reclaiming my time.
You will not do that. I am not a child.
I am reclaiming my time.
If you want to take it outside,
Mr. Chairman and committee.
Welcome back to the channel, Patriots. We are watching the legislative body of the greatest nation on earth turn into a high school cafeteria. You won't believe the level of drama and procedural chaos that erupted when Representative Nancy Mace simply dared to stand up for herself. One side is having a total, unhinged meltdown over the phrase, "You want to take it outside?" It's political theater at its worst, and it proves exactly why Congress is broken. Before we get into the breakdown of this shocking confrontation, make sure you hit that like button right now, smash that subscribe button, and ring the notification bell.
I don't even know how we got there because I tried to make it clear how many civil rights, it doesn't just boil down to one conversation, but I can see that somebody's campaign coffers really are struggling right now. So she gonna keep saying trans, trans, trans so that people will feel threatened. And child, listen, I want y'all to tell me whether or
do
not
call me a child. I am no child.
I want
Don't
to
even
find
start.
out
I am a grown
which
woman.
of those emails actually have. Chairman, I am reclaiming my time.
You will not do that. I am not a child.
I am reclaiming my time.
If you want to take it outside,
Mr. Chairman and committee is not in order.
Order.
Point of order. Point of order.
Order. Chair recognizes Ms. Crockett.
No, point of order, Mr. Chairman.
State your point.
Is it allowed in the rules for a member to incite violence against another member? I mean, she said she wants to take it outside with.
Hey, I have the First Amendment right too,
and so I'd like those words to be taken down. I am moving to have those words taken down. I believe it's against the rules to
going outside doesn't incite violence. You have a conversation that isn't.
The committee will suspend. The member will state the words he wishes taken down.
Where she said that we can take it outside, which is direct violation against the rules, inciting violence against another member.
What rule? What rule? Cite the rule.
How does that incite violence?
Mr. Chairman, there are, if I might point out, Mr. Chairman, there are decorum rules in the House of Representatives.
And the two parliamentarians are discussing this right now. We'll suspend for a second. All right. The chair's going to make a rule. What the gentlelady said was, we can take this outside if you want. And
okay, so
that could mean you could go outside and have a cup of coffee or perhaps a beer, or, you know, I mean, we have lots of conversations outside. So I'm going to rule that that it was, you know, just a...
That it's okay.
That it's okay.
All right, and then point of inquiry.
And remember, this is a slippery slope you're going down, because we have.
Oh, you're going down the
committee, as you know.
So just to be clear, in this committee, we can ask, we can threaten violence on someone as long as
that's not.
Excuse me.
I did not threaten violence. I threatened no violence. I threatened no violence.
There was no violence.
As long as at the end.
I threatened no violence. None. You're making shit up as you go along. You might want to figure this one out.
Order.
Mr. Chairman.
You were cursing today.
No violence.
Mr. Chairman.
No violence.
I'm going to appeal the ruling of the chair.
Mr. Chairman, I have a point of inquiry, and I apologize because I had a meeting and came right down. Is it true that Ms. Mace was belittled by being called a child? Is that against our rules?
I would have to look up the rules. I don't know that it's specifically in the rules. We asked for proper decorum.
Can we strike it then? I'd like to have it stricken.
Okay.
I'd have Ms. Crockett's word stricken then.
There's a motion. You have a motion, Mr. Frost?
I move to appeal the ruling of the chair.
There's a motion to appeal the ruling of the chair. Chair recognizes Mr. Gosar.
And there's also a motion to strike words, Mr. Chairman.
I move to table, Mr. Chairman.
There's a motion.
Motion to take down words, sorry.
There's a motion to table. The motion is not debatable okay, the motion is not debatable. All those in favor of, okay. We're going to vote on the motion to table by Mr. Gosar, to table Mr. Frost's appeal. So the motion is not debatable. As all in favor of Mr. Gosar's motion to table Mr. Frost's amendment or motion signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no.
No.
In the opinion of the chair, the
Mr.
ayes
Chair, I
have
ask for a
it.
recorded vote.
The motion is agreed to. A recorded vote is ordered. The clerk will call the roll. We have to do that right now. Clerk will call the roll. Would the clerk report the tally?
Mr. Chairman, on this vote, the ayes are 22, the nays are 17.
The motion to table passes. Now we will go back to debate, and I believe it was Ms. Crockett with 2 minutes and 57 seconds remaining.
Mr. Chairman, I have a
Mr.
motion.
Chair, I actually had more time than that, but
Mr. Chairman, I have
I
a
can
quick
finish
motion.
up in the 2:40.
Chairman, I have
I
a
was-
quick. Mr. Chairman, I have a.
We'll give you 4 minutes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman, I have a quick motion.
Oh, wait a minute, Chair recognize Mr. Donalds.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we move to structured debate for 15 minutes on Ms. Crockett's amendment.
Motion and second to structure debate for 15 minutes. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? No.
No.
Motion passes to limit debate to 15 minutes.
Mr. Chair, I'd ask for a recorded vote.
Really? Yeah. All right, the clerk will the clerk will call the roll on Mr. Donald's motion to limit debate to 15 minutes to each.
Parliamentary inquiry, Mr. Chairman. Are we in the middle of debating this motion?
I don't believe it's debatable, is it? It is debatable. It's debatable. Yeah, the motion debate is already passed. I apologize. So now we're on the vote to the clerk's calling the vote.
Right.
So,
a recorded vote.
Recorded vote
Thank you.
on Mr. Donald's motion to limit debate to 15 minutes. All right. The clerk will report the vote tally.
Mr. Chairman, on this vote, the ayes are 23, the nays are 16.
All right, the motion passes for Mr. Donalds to limit debate to 15 minutes. Ms. Crockett will get her remaining 4 minutes, and then each side will have 7.5 additional minutes if necessary. So the chair recognizes Ms. Crockett for the remainder of her 4 minutes that don't count towards the limit to debate. Then from there on, if there's further requests for debate, there'll be 7.5 minutes each time. Chair recognizes Ms. Crockett for her remaining 4 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The final points that I was going to make is while this amendment has to do with civil rights, for whatever reason, the colleague on the other side of the aisle decided to attack Democrats and pretend as if we do not look out for women. And I want to be clear that it's Democrats that were pushing for the Equal Rights Amendment, and I don't recall any Republicans supporting us having the Equal Rights Amendment. I also want to make it clear that just because someone fantasizes or wants to be dramatic about the idea of someone could be a quote unquote man in a locker room or in a bathroom, I've yet to hear an actual testimony of someone who, for whatever reason, has experienced this in real time. But I can tell you some real numbers and some real facts, because I don't like to live in fantasy when I'm talking about how I'm going to govern for the American people. The facts are, in my state alone, in the state of Texas, once they decided that they were going to overturn the Roe decision, 26,000 women then ended up raped. 26,000 is what we had reported. And that was only within about a year's time span. And when they reported those rapes, none of them seemed to have anything to do with trans folk. And I don't recall any legislation to help out those women in Texas and beyond that are actually dying. We're not projecting may die, but are actually dying or have died in southern states that have decided that they wanted to go after our reproductive freedom. So as a woman in this country, as a Texan, and as a Black woman, who, when we look at the numbers, and I believe in data and science, and I know that that escapes a lot of people in this chamber, but the numbers are clear that specifically Black women have always struggled when it came down to the maternal mortality rates in general. The fact that somebody who looks like me, no matter how much money they have, because I can remind you of a very wealthy tennis star that almost lost her life while trying to give birth. Some things I honestly just don't think should be partisan, and frankly, I do believe in privacy because honestly, I don't want none of y'all making decisions if I ever end up pregnant and have to decide what it takes for me to save my life. And I give the same opportunity for other women in this country to make decisions as they see fit. So while we look at how we protect women completely differently, I can tell you that at least in the 766,000 women or 766,000 constituents that I represent, I have had them come to me concerned about whether or not they could survive childbirth. But I have not had a single person in my district tell me that they were concerned that they may be raped by a trans person. So if there is an issue to solve in this country based on facts, data, and statistics, I think that we need to look at the type of health care that we are going to advance for women in this country. And with that, I will yield.
This entire train wreck began because Representative Crockett launched a baseless low blow attack, suggesting that Nancy Mace's focus on critical cultural issues, what she dismissively called trans, was only a tactic because her campaign coffers really are struggling. This is a classic move from the left. When you can't win on the facts, you attack the motive. But Nancy Mace refused to take the bait, demanding respect and stating plainly, "Do not call me a child." The next few minutes were a complete embarrassment to the House, when Mace, in a moment of pure American assertiveness, challenged, "You want take it out?" Sighed. Crockett immediately cried foul, raising a point of order to suggest that Mace was trying to incite violence against another member. Think about that. A simple colloquial challenge, which the chair correctly pointed out could mean having a cup of coffee, or perhaps a beer, was immediately weaponized as a threat of violence. This is the radical left's playbook. They manufacture crisis where none exists to control the narrative. The chairman of the committee showed a flash of common sense, ruling that the words were acceptable. But the drama didn't end there. Instead of moving on to the actual business, Crockett doubled down, claiming the ruling created a slippery slope that allows members to threaten violence. This is an absurd distortion of reality and an insult to the intelligence of the American people. The subsequent procedural move to strike Crockett's own belittling word, child, was the least that could be done to restore some dignity to the proceedings. The height of the political maneuvering came with the motion to appeal the chair's ruling, which was ultimately tabled by a recorded vote of 22-17. This is the establishment protecting common sense against activist overreach. When debate finally resumed, the focus shifted from decorum to policy, but the tactics remained the same. Crockett claimed the conservative focus on protecting women's spaces and privacy from biological males, which she called a fantasy, was ignoring real issues. She then pivoted directly to emotionally charged and frequently misused statistics about rape and abortion in Texas after the overturning of Roe v. Wade, citing 26,000 reported rapes. This is a desperate attempt to distract from the core debate by conflating entirely separate issues. The reality is that for patriots, the protection of women's rights and spaces, the actual biological definition of woman, is not a fantasy or a campaign tactic. It is a fundamental civil right. When she claims that no constituent has come to her concerned about being raped by a trans person, that is not a legal or policy argument. It's an anecdotal dismissal designed to shut down legitimate concerns about safety and fairness in sports and private facilities. We must reject the notion that we have to choose between protecting our children and protecting women's health. We can, and must, do both. The left wants to live in a world where words are violence and political opposition is a crime. Nancy Mace simply reminded them that patriots are not afraid to confront that ridiculous narrative head-on. The takeaway is clear. The fight for common sense and conservative values often means standing alone against a wave of manufactured outrage, but we will not back down. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Was Mace right to stand her ground, and was Crockett's incitement of violence claim an utter fabrication? Until next time, keep fighting for the Republic, and God bless America.